I'm Daniel, this is Pitch. I'm a real scientist, and hypotheses are actual theories that can be tested and falsifiable, meaning they can be proven wrong. This does not mean every hypothesis can be proven right. And that's what this video is a hypothesis, and hopefully you guys can help us solve it. Pitch's color. Hydra's color. The reason why dragons turn a darker color is for a couple of reasons. You know, look at Hydra over here. Now, the sun provides the UV, and it's radiation. Make no mistake. Now, when bombs went off in Hiroshima and the radiation from those bombs spread throughout the city, women had dresses that were black and white. They didn't actually have a lot of colors back then. And the black patterns got burned into their bodies because the radiation is absorbed differently through darker colors than it is through lighter colors. This is the same concept of why dragons change to a darker color. Now, there's a okay chance that it's fear. They might actually turn super dark because of fear. They're wanting to look more menacing, but most of the time when that happens, they're puffing up. Now, a lot of times you can do the heat. Yes, radiation is heat, and if they just need warmth, then they usually do the heat as well. They usually turn black. But it is almost always trying to get more UV. In the wild, look, there goes Hydra. His leash is loose, so therefore, I don't want him to get loose and run off from it. And this is a little out of character nowadays for him. He's just kind of now starting to get away from that behavior. He couldn't lift himself up when I got him. After I got him on all fours again, he started behaving like that, being a little butt because he's healthy and he thinks he's a big dragon. So we're trying to get him out in the sun, get him healthy, make sure he's doing good now. He's puffing up because he's mad, because there's stuff overhead. He's a little scared. And I do worry about having them this close, but Pitch really seems more or less indifferent to Hydra. So as you can see here, she is definitely darker than she was earlier. She is soaking up those UVs like crazy. She's been kind of trying to go through bromation, and I think that's actually led to her being darker for longer, because that's where this theory is going, for how long and how dark they get. So, now when she's outside, I have to worry when I have her and Fancy out, because Fancy has showed signs that he wants to mate with her, and I have no desire for babies, dragons, right? But she, last one time before, she bullied Fancy. It just blew my mind. She's who I have to worry about. But she's really indifferent to Hydra, because Hydra often does the arm wave when he's in his enclosure. He wants peace. He's the little guy. He doesn't want to fight. Pitch is, I'll arm wave you and then sit on you. So, I've seen her get darker than this before. But this is very dark, and this is her usual darkness over the last maybe couple weeks. This is extra dark. This is almost the darkest I've seen her. But I think that's due to the brumation thing. I think my lights are actually okay. And she's got stuff moving over her head. There's trees and stuff. That's why Hydra's freaking out. It's that third eye, and I've got a third eye video about what's actually happening in their brains. So both of these dragons are normals, and Spike died. See, there's Hydra, and he's hiding in the grass from everything. He's still able to get that UV while having those little parts out. There's plenty of lizards who do part UV. They only have part of their bodies out of the grass or under leaves and stuff, so that they feel more comfortable and predators aren't going to get them. She should be puffing up real soon, and just it's going to help her get more UVs, get more heat, because out here is definitely nowhere near as warm as her enclosure is. But it's those UVs. I think she's actually toning down a little bit in color right here, but she should be puffing up to scare off any potential predators. That's like, yeah, no, we don't. You don't want to eat me. I'm too big. Hydra, here lately since I've been working with him, like worm training, he's been such a good boy. Whereas if I even tried to touch him, he actually would just completely run off. Now he's allowing me to touch him outside. He's not trying to bite me or hiss at me. He tried that earlier, but he's not really mad at me. He's just scared of stuff going on. He's actually very happy with me. Pitch doesn't care. She's been with me so long. She's never really been one for cuddles or anything. She's never wanted to. Oh, see her puff up. She's puffing up to get more UVs. Plus, she's puffing up to tell birds or anything else that's out here, hey, you don't want to eat me. I am too big. Or Hydra thinks he is not too big anymore. Whereas when I first got him up on all fours, he was, I'm a big, strong dragon. You better leave me alone. So yeah, look at her puff. Beautiful thing. So we're testing us out. I'm trying to see if she's going to turn light color. I've got a full spectrum 2-foot grow light along that with white clovers in there, and that succulent. And then I've got the UVB in the back. And she's not actually turning white. Like, she just looks like normal colors. But usually, by now, I would expect her to be whiter. Like, just that she doesn't need as much UV as she had because she'd just been outside. Maybe it was too cloudy out. But, yeah, I'm going to show off that I have some little bit of bioactive in here. We've got some springtails and some orange isopods in here. She grabbed her dubia or a orange. Yeah. And then we got Hydra down here at the bottom here in a second. Yeah, she's still beautiful. She's still my baby girl. She sits there for quite a while because it's the closest thing that I can get right now to full spectrum like the sun and her enclosures. So we're still working on the bioactive and everything that's in that garden. And I used the garden because I didn't want to see Hydra. And then we have, he's not turning much. We're going back to pitch in a different area. She's still not turning white. It's very disappointing. This is Pitch and Spike when they were younger. Spike used to change colors under his ears because he's personally offended or he's sick. Now, after this point, there's 5 minutes that he gets into his bowl and he finds this spot that actually has the proper UV, and he's trying to take in the UV by turning darker, because I didn't have the proper lighting at this time. So this is an interesting hypothesis. So if your lighting is bad in your enclosure, they should turn darker for longer and have actual darker color than they normally would. And that's a sign that your lighting is bad. But this is an ethical test. So we have to rely on the accounts of new beginners who make this mistake to grow this hypothesis and prove it to be correct. And so we can actually help more people by doing this little test. Now, this is Spike's reward for his life. Now, click on the next video and see if I can help you make better comments on Facebook. Like and subscribe. Bye.